Hey everyone, I'm Asha Daly. When you hear going green or being eco-friendly, what comes to mind for you?
Green IT, I suppose I probably think recycling, bottles, cans, cartridges, things like that.
I would think of unplugging your electronics, like your iPhone, your iPod, your laptop, computer, cell phone charger.
When I think about living green, I think about telecommuting, reducing emissions, working at home.
Those sound about right, but actually the fastest growing waste category wasn't even mentioned. It's called e-waste. It's discarded electronics such as cell phones, TVs, computers, old VCRs, you name it. And in today's technical age, you may not be surprised to learn that 400 million units of electronics are scrapped every year, and that's just the U.S. alone. The issue here is that e-waste contains toxic materials like lead from CRTs, mercury from LCDs, beryllium from motherboards, and cadmium. Even the PVC plastic contains hazardous chemicals that can be released into the air when incinerated or leached into the ground at landfills. Now, to combat this problem, many states and municipalities are passing or considering legislation to make the manufacturer responsible for taking back obsolete products and recycling them. Right now, 22 states have passed or are considering e-waste legislation. It's worth noting that many large companies, government agencies, and educational institutions are already committed to some kind of asset recovery program for old electronics. Now, the goal for this legislation is to cover consumers, small businesses, and other smaller operations, making recycling as easy for them as it is for enterprises. It's also aimed at making sure electronics are recycled responsibly. So how can you help? First off, make sure your company is recycling old computing equipment safely. Look for responsible recyclers that uphold labor standards, meet occupational health and safety requirements, and avoid solid waste landfills, incinerators, and e-waste export. Second, buy new equipment that at the very least meets EPA standards for environmental safety. The Electronic Product Environmental Assessment Tool, or EPEAT, is a good measure to use when evaluating products. You can learn more about that at EPEAT.net. Lastly, use your purchasing power to choose companies that are committed to reducing hazardous materials and recycling. A number of manufacturers, including Dell, HP, Apple, and Toshiba, offer recycling services for their products, but quite a few still don't. If you make a point of insisting that your suppliers use environmentally sensitive materials in their products and easily recyclable materials in their packaging, the industry will get the message that green is the way to go. For eWeek, I'm Asha Daly.